Hi there, my sparkling soul. I am Sparkling Carla, and today has not been the most fun day, emotionally speaking. And as I was going through it, this kind of pause of calm came through me, and the first thing that popped into my head was, how about you do a reading about this? I'm sure there are other people that are feeling exactly the same way today. And it's this energy of like out of the blue type of sadness. You can pinpoint it, there's certain thoughts that you're very clear about, that are pushing you in that direction. At the same time that there are other thoughts that are wanting you to get out of there, because again, it came out of the blue and you're like, I was good. So I said, let's go make some medicine. I'd like to explain a little bit of the selection of the cards. A couple of them just popped immediately. And others, it was a more mindful selection of, there are going to be darker cards that are going to help us go into the shadow of this, and then lighter cards that are going to help get us out of it, right? And see the light of it so we can integrate it all. Remember that your feelings are valid, and whatever is coming up for you is coming up for a review, for release, especially considering that we're still in that Mercury retrograde energy for those of you who are watching this as I post it. But again, these readings are all timeless. Whenever you need them and run into them is when you were meant to receive that message. And then we're gonna tap into self-care and even more spiritual ritual cards, suggestions, ideas, energies, so we can help the universe clear what we're clearing, in order to receive what's coming. So thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. If you ever liked a personal reading, you can book those at sparklingcarla.com. Let's start. We're gonna pick cards together. And I guess we're gonna 21 1 and give us 5 resilience. It's like such a, you can take a sigh of relief type of energy, mostly because it is telling us that this is not something that is looping back or something new to like tackle. Like, these are remnants of the past journey that we are starting to leave behind in order to step forward into this new venture, this new vision. It's reinforced with that 21 in the tarot being the World, the last card of the major arcana, that moment of accomplishment, a full circle. And it's just telling us, be resilient, be strong, be persistent, stay the course. Whatever of those phrases resonates more with you, but ultimately all saying the same thing, to just keep at it. And don't get discouraged by these emotions, as they are just a way for you to process things from the past that were very heavy. And in the moments that you connect to that emotion, as you keep releasing, it feels heavy and it kind of puts you in that past vibration, but you are not. And I think that's one of the biggest things that this card wants to say, is that you are not in that old frequency, even though you might be feeling what feels like the old energy. This is just more purging. So just stay the course, like you are almost done. And it's interesting that it's that waning moon. There's still a bit to go, but is cycling out into that new moon, right? When it finishes, it's a new moon for a new fresh start. So yeah, just stay the course. Don't feel discouraged. Ground yourself, and do a lot of grounding through the heart, connecting to the things that you enjoy. And if you feel that for some reason something is like pulling you back, like, oh no, like I don't feel like it, like, or have that conversation with yourself to show up. For a very brief moment, it was very short, but it is worth mentioning, I did go through the moment of like, oh, why am I gonna do a reading, you know? And other thoughts. But ultimately, I grounded myself through my breath and through the fact that I love with all of my heart to do these things. And I tapped into that memory, the memory of whenever I'm doing these readings, that connection with source kind of like clears the channels. And I feel back to myself. I enjoy the process. I trust the process. And this is why I love sharing this, right? So whatever that connects to you, right? Go do that. Even if it's not in a very official way, you know what I mean? Like, let's say I recorded this and never uploaded it, type of thing. Like, just go do that thing. And if there's some sort of resistance, remember that is the darkness of the past trying to like suck you back in. But you already know the tools and the things that spark joy in your heart. So allow yourself to step into those and remind yourself the feeling. That's all you need to do. When you are like, why do I not feel like doing something that I know I love? Take a deep breath in to ground yourself, to calm yourself, to clear yourself, and go back to the memory of the last time you did that thing. You'll feel it in your heart immediately if it's something you truly enjoy. And that should get you moving. And something about use that advice in other areas or moments in your life. For whoever that is, that's like a super side message there. Okay, and here we got Black Cat 7. There's a curious journey into the depths of the unknown, hidden so deep that only the brave will gracefully return with light in their eyes and shadow leading home. I love this because it is talking about pretty much what we're doing right now, you know? Or, yeah. Because allowing yourself to feel your emotions, to have the thoughts, to have the inner conversations, it's a little it's a little journey into the depths, right, of the unknown. And here comes another part of that. As we release more of the past, there's also that energy of like, what is happening? Literally, as like, what is opening up in front of me? I can't see it yet that clearly. And there comes probably other waves of emotions, because there's that energy of the unknown, of staring into the face of the abyss. And being sucked by these emotions from the past, and then it's like the brain connects the two, and it becomes like all of it. And we're trying to like counteract it, right, with shadow medicine. Let's call it shadow medicine. Black cat medicine, maybe. Yes, actually, black cat medicine. There is protection, there is intuition, and there is the 7 lives of the cat, right? Or is it 9? I always mix those up. Either way, it is about resilience. But this is a new journey. It's like you've been resilient several times. Throughout this journey, right? Because we were talking about also about the resiliency with the 21. And how what? Yeah, and how that's a journey closing. So when journeys close, we go into the void, right? What we call the void, or the womb is another term for it. But it's darkness. But it's in darkness where all possibilities exist and all creation is created. So stay resilient. But this is the thing, right? They're also giving us the little hint there of the brave will gracefully return with light in their eyes. And it's that sparkle of returning back home to yourself, to your energy, to the love in your heart, to the integration of what was in a wholeness way. Because we have to visit the two opposites of something in order to bring it together. So the last cycle was, for those of you here, like going into the underworld and going through tests and riddles and scavenger hunts and all of these things, but in a Halloween type of way. Yeah, I don't know, mischievous energy. But that cycle is cycling out. And now, as you clear all of that, you're stepping into this energy that is light, right? That's why there's all of this candles leading her back. And after the moon becomes, enters the void, right? And the dark moon, the dark face of the moon, the new moon, it starts to light up. It's light. And we integrate another cycle. I do feel that these cycles are, these examples are just ways of expressing a very big cycle, because the energies that are being felt are big, are things that transpired through a very long time, years. I am talking 10, 15, 20 years. Okay. Yeah, black cat medicine. Yeah, and cats also love to seek pleasure, right? Okay, I'm gonna take the ones that flipped over here. and the one that's in the right. Okay. This one says Cibation, purify, cleanse, and release. And it's a 39, which is a 12. Also the 7 telling us about like overcoming those obstacles, right? Coming back into the light, with light, like, because you carry the light is all around you. And here this is a 12 in connection to that pause, right? To that void, to that shift of perspective, like the flip. And how in that process you're purifying, cleansing, and releasing. The birds. Yeah, okay. Okay, there's dual messages here. One is a very big collective message of like the fish representing the Pisces era, kind of like being used as nourishment, as fertilizer for the new era that is dawning, that is the age of Aquarius, hence the birds, air energy. But also at a more, and that's a macro, right? That's a macro message. For us personally, the micro, it's like your higher self feeding you that nourishment so you can step into it, so you can level up into it, so you can grow, right? So you can become it. It's like future self, past, or in between, you know, I guess we're here. But giving the nourishment, right? The fertilizer from the Pisces era in order to grow and become it. Become whatever you're becoming now. So again, resiliency it's needed, right? Because there is that pause. I think that's also like in the void, in the womb, in the darkness. It's funny, they're like black cat medicine. It's like they're allowing us to see a little of what's the energetics behind what we are experiencing right now. And we say thank you. Okay. So now we're gonna start stepping a little bit into the light. I'm gonna use these as kind of like gateway cards. Pisces, I believe. Yeah, believe in the cycles of life, in the growth, in the fact that, like we were talking, it's funny, the fish is blue, this is blue, and that represented the Pisces era. It's also in like a last cycle, collectively, but also personally. It seems that this is big collective energies right now, and they wanting to explain the general of it, because even though it feels very similar, how it feels for everyone, it's coming from different sources, right? Collectively, we're kind of also integrating all of these experiences. The 24 becomes a 6. It's the lovers, is the other, is the choices that we made, you know. The agreements, there's a lot of like karma cleansing happening as well, which is good news. But yes, we are feeling it. Pisces, it's very intuitive, right? Is a sign that is connected to all of the signs. It is the watery side, the ethereal side, the spiritual side of the collective. Because Aquarius is also a very collective sign, but it's more intellectual. It's more in the brain. It's more in communication. It's more in innovation. But there's a lot that we collected collectively. Interesting. That we're integrating. And as we integrate, there's certain parts that we don't need, and that's the purge, and that's the cleanse. And something about the programmings, right? You want to make sure that they are clear and clean and there's no bugs. So you go through kind of these like cycles. It's like when you run the antivirus in your computer, and sometimes it's like, oh yeah, it's clean because, you know, you've been doing the thing. But other times it's just like, oh, there's so much happening that, you know, we need to do a cleanse. And that's what's happening again, collectively, and a more, wait, that really wanted to come out. Oh, 2 of them. But let's see if both of them go. Oh yes, both of them go. Crown chakra, not surprised there, mostly because my crown chakra has been tingling a lot during this reading. The unlimited self, yes. Also a 9, a lot of cards of like stillness and introspection and resiliency, right? And like just keep going and having this intuition and faith and all of that. Yeah. Okay, this sounds pretty like you have to think your feelings in order to release them. The same way that feelings can be caused by the thoughts that you're having. But the integration of all of that is that when we have thoughts that create feelings, and those feelings are not in what we would consider a positive, the way to create wholeness, right? To give the other side of that is to think your emotions. So what are you feeling? What are the thoughts? Why are you feeling like that? And having the conversation, as in also kind of approaching it from this higher self, right? From this person that when they put this down, she doesn't know that all of this has grown, that there's more to all of it. There's things blossoming. There's greenery. There is connection to the heart. There's openings, layers, you're expanding. And it's through that conversation that they're released. They're released and they're transmuted. And you make space for the new light codes, the new programming, the new information to come in. 18, alignment. Yeah. You're aligning, and it's funny, aligning. I see all the alignment. Everything is coming together. everything is getting cleared out. So don't dwell in your emotions, just have the conversations, because these are stories as old as time that we're kind of releasing the remnants of. And also confirmation, like to not get like scared, right? Or fearful of like, oh, am I going back in that direction? You know, to moments that maybe like you were feeling more in that energy. Yeah, and this is another 9, right? And we got like hermit energy, because it's this higher wisdom. And we got moon energy, again, more intuition, more like being in the dark, but things starting to slowly come to light. Things coming into alignment. Becomes a 9 though. So it's that energy of almost there. Almost there, actually. Let's look it up here. Thank you for your patience. 9. Is this one? I don't really. Yeah. Okay, I guess those two might give us more information. We got 0909, new beginnings. Great chance, opportunity, courage, accomplishment, endings, conclusions, big love. Look out for an opportunity that might be a game changer. You're completing something major. It feels good to level up, huh? Close the old chapter. A new adventure will unravel. More confirmation of what we're talking about. This is just clearing out some old energies so you can start fresh. Because there's this fresh, even in the astrology zodiac signs, Pisces is the last one. It's like when everything wraps up. That's why it's connected to all of this, like channeling, music, poetry. It's also the healing sign, you know, hospitals, but it also has like the shadow side of like the energy of prisons, and it's the energy of healing, of everything coming together, of the entire journey coming together, right? The dark and the light. And it's funny, 999, release, balance, finances, success, wealth, cycles. What goes around comes around. Your current circumstances are ending, so you might take advantage of better ones. If you're experiencing a significant change or conclusion, viewing your life as a series of cycles or chapters may be helpful. How can you make room for something new to emerge? Keep releasing those thoughts. Have the conversations with yourself. Journal about them. Go to therapy about them. However, do whatever you truly, truly love. And I think I mentioned it in one of the past readings, because it's also so healing when you connect to your heart and do things that you truly, truly love. Not that you're forcing yourself to love, or that you're trying because you think you're gonna love them. No, go for that true, like tried and true thing that you truly love. Like your heart just, yes, that feeling. Okay. There is only light. Yep. And I believe we talked about it when we talk about the cycle that we're leaving behind being a little bit more on the darker side of things, or struggle, right? The carry heavy things. and this next journey being filled with more light. And this is why she's going back home with all of these candles, you know, is eating the fish, the Pisces energy, the fertilizer from all of the lessons, and growing into your higher self, releasing that old self, releasing the fish, right? Entering this new version of yourself that, and your life and the world at large, because we keep getting macro and micro messages here. It's like there is only light, right? Once you integrate all of this, it's like stepping into the light with the wisdom that the darkness gave you. For all my Persephone's, Persephone, okay, her. And it's beautiful because it's abundant. Also the energy, yeah. There's talk about big love, success, and wealth. You know, that return with light in their eyes. Light in their eyes. There's only light. You know who also have a light in their eyes? Cats, right? When you look at them in the dark and they have, you know, the light in their eyes. That like X-ray vision that they have. It's like you get that now. Because you had to train your eye to see in the dark for so long. So now there is only light. Why? Because even in the darkness, you will be able to see the light because you already trained in that. And when there is light, well, there is light, right? No problem there. No problem there. Alignment. All of the chakras activated. Pure white energy, intuition, truth, partnerships, right? Or the duality of yourself coming together. Facing what was and what will be. Through the energy and collection of wisdom that's been acquired. So, no. Lemuria. Creating heaven on earth. It's happening. More confirmation that it's happening. What other card was like, just, well, all the nines for starters. Yeah. Yeah, going back home. It's happening. Creating heaven on earth. There is only light. So whatever is, yeah, just keep cleansing. More water energy. Waterfalls, lagoons, oceans, the sun. Yeah, just whatever this is for you, right? Because all these collective energies connect to different areas of our lives, different, we all have different types of night vision, let's say. So, but in our own wholeness, in our own experience, in our own story, our own personal, I want to say programming, right? Because we're all different notes. We all have a reason, a purpose, an energy that brings something into the table, right? So is you coming into alignment with that, what that means for you. And it started from like the crown chakra down, and it's rooting. And there's things that are already in the works. Like they're sprouting, they're out, they can be seen. Maybe you don't see them yet, and that's the thing too. Because you haven't seen them, but they're already in existence. They're here. It's like someone surprising you at the door type of thing. Like you don't know that they landed, but they did. You know, they're on their way to your house type of thing, right? With whatever that is, the person to surprise you, or a package, or, you know, the notice, whatever in this analogy, right? The check, whatever. Yeah. And then this is being shared because in hopes, they are hoping that the knowledge that requires a lot of faith, that something is already on its way to you, literally, like as literal as a package right now, like being put in a van, literal. Will help you have those conversations in the dark and continue to purge and release. Because I do feel that some of you might feel more attached to those feelings of the past, or objects maybe, or whatever that is, because this is very emotional. So this is about that inner feelings, inner dialogue. It's hard to like release it, right? So maybe this knowledge will help you. Like telling you, like, okay, if I tell you that you have the car of your dreams literally on a truck on its way to your door, would you, like, you know, sell your car or gift your car or whatever? And you're like, what if that, but I didn't order a car, I don't know that's happening, like that's not for sure, like do you have proof? So like, no, but it's yours, and it's on its way, like it's literally on its way. And you're like, I don't know, I need my car, I really need my car. And they're like, oh, you should let your car go. And you're like, but I'm gonna be like, how long without a car? Can you tell me that too? And it's like, I don't know, you gotta trust. I will ask them. And you're like, this sounds suspicious. But they're telling you, please do trust. Get rid of your car, because the car of your dreams is literally on its way. Okay? New beginnings. And courage, because you have to have courage to say, okay, I'm trusting in what I'm receiving. I'm trusting in the fact that this is done and I need to release it, right? That I don't need to keep holding on to. And I believe this came in another reading, like, of like not holding on to it, because at some point holding on to it created like protection around you, but now it's blocking, right? So you want to release it. So I guess like this extra information they're hoping it helps to release. Okay, so let's move into the tarot. I'm really enjoying this reading. Again, thank you for being here, for sharing your energy with me. I hope that so far this reading has resonated with you, and that it's giving you hope to keep doing the inner work and to stand more in your happiness and in your power. because things are coming. Okay, so this is the Six of Air. Again, look at that, like, alignment energy and the duality, right? We talk about the shadow and the light coming together into unity, and look at the beautiful light that happens when those two connect, when everything comes whole, right? It becomes pure light, the rainbow. And look, the crown chakra was a rainbow over here. Let's see, put this over here. Can you see it? Yes. And there is only light, right? Starting here, the solar plexus and the heart, that fire energy, the fire energy, kind of like leading you back home, lighting something new into movement. Into creation, right? Creating that heaven and earth. And that's energy of Six of Swords, right? That is like following your heart into this new space of more peace and calm, right? But you're still in the in-between. You're still moving through it. You're still integrating it. Yeah. You gotta have faith. You gotta have faith that, for starters, that energy of something is already on its way, and that you're safe to release. The better things are literally on their way. You have to have faith. You have to believe. And this is about trusting yourself, right? Don't take this because I am saying it. Like, how does this feel, this message? How does it feel in your body? Does it feel true to you? Does it connect? Does it make you feel the light and the peace and the calm, right? You want to look for the clearings. When we are in alignment with something, we usually just feel peace, calm. In a more heightened level, we would feel happy, excited, right? If it goes in a lower vibration, then there's things that need to be addressed there. We're not fully in alignment. And that's like a hidden message in the message, right? It's like this thing is coming, and you need to continue to clear out everything that needs to be cleared out in order to be in full alignment with it. It'll arrive when you've achieved that point. It's funny because this card came with the Faith, came with the Rebirth, birth card. It was in the reverse, so I didn't take it, but I felt called to share it. It's funny, I thought this one was the one that had came out when this one came out. Wow. It's here, love. It's another 12. This is temperance energy, which is more about that balance and that alchemy of coming everything together and creating fertilizer for what's next. And having patience, right? The patience we talked about from the beginning. And here comes love in a 12 energy, right? That's also Pisces, a 12th sign. The shift. And the shift happens in your heart. Just keep aligning to the things that spark the light in your eyes and in your heart. Remember, that's why when you're not feeling correctly, you need to face what you're feeling, and you have to have the conversation with yourself. It needs to be, right? If it needs to release it fully. And then remember the medicine. And the medicine is love, and it's doing the things that you love. And you'll find medicine there, right? You'll find hope there. You find faith there. I feel like that was like a side message. I feel like body, mind. That's what I'm saying. There's integration. So much integration happening. And it's all like heart-centered. Heart. She's holding heart. He has heart. It's just heart and mind are coming together. We're integrating the Pisces era with the Aquarius era within ourselves. It's like we're coming into alignment with this next chapter that is more clear, more light, more color, more love, more balance. Okay, and to wrap this up, let's pick self-care card. Ooh. Okay, I guess the mind needs some abundance planning. And for some reason, this is not only about finances, although it could be for you, but it's kind of like more of planning for whatever your vision is, whatever you're trying to step into. Start planning. Like, start putting it on paper. Start visualizing it. Or more than visualizing it, creating it on earth by the element of planning, of writing it down in whatever ways that is, right? Writing it down could be just putting it on a list, or you could be literally creating this huge plan, diagram, whatever. Journaling about it, you know. Maybe even just vision boarding and putting all of these things, these lists, these intentions, putting them in a place that you can see them constantly. Look, the fish. It's food, it's fertilizer. Whatever you went through is food for you to grow into this abundance, because this is also I'm like the kitty of abundance. Yeah, abundance. It has like flowers on them too. I see like a rose and a cherry blossom. Yeah, like multiplying certain things, you know, attracting certain things, because the one is also energy of the magician, like having everything that, you know, having everything, the 4 elements, the nourishment, the fertilizer, the wisdom, the experiences, to step into this new cycle, you know, so you can release without fear and step into it by planning for it. And it also says massage. This could be self-massage, or go get a massage at a spa. Most likely, because there's a lot of, we hold emotions in our body. So massaging is a great way to release that, as well as stretching and yoga can help with moving energy. So this is mostly why. It'll feel good, right? I think it's a great alternative for those moments that you're like kind of very resistant into stepping into those things that spark your heart. So when you're in that vibration that it's a little harder to move out of it, give yourself like a self massage your hands or your feet, like ground yourself. That's also for grounding, see, because you're also grounding. They're asking you to ground these visions, right? To allow these emotions to move through you, have the conversation so they can be released. And I guess that's the message in the dark side. And the light side is like, now you're grounding these visions of the new, because new is really opening up. and you just need to keep releasing, to make space for it and start planning for it, right? Because that already puts you in that mindset of like, oh, you're talking about it, you're researching about it, you're reading about it, you're you know, asking questions about it. All of these things that start to create it's like create the vibration that lights the fire, that lights the engine for this new beginning, right? Because we mentioned the beginning entering like the spark of action. All right, if you wanted to connect to, how fast, let's see, all of them, not all of them, but kind of. It's like, yes, because we are working through the heart now in order to spark. There's been a lot of readings talking about that. It's like we're coming into alignment and we're moving from heart into solar plexus energy in order to ground more. I feel like because solar plexus it's fire energy, from that moment on, things might move a little bit faster. But here we have connect to carnelian, warrior, creativity, ambition. See that solar plexus, that's sacral, fire energy, Scorpio, which is also about delving into the emotions, right, into the truth of things. Oh, fire, courage, release, masculine energy. I call it also the honorary fire sign. Then we have Mars, Leo, Sagittarius, more solar plexus energy. Yeah, we just keep opening your heart. This is just like the process of opening your heart and clearing it out, because that fire energy is lighting up, and I feel like the creative energy of the sacral will get ignited not too long after. And chakras, obviously we're talking about the heart, compassion, forgiveness, gentleness. Oh my goodness, compassion, forgiveness, and gentleness has been showing up so much lately. And we got Libra, Gemini energy here. Yes, because you have to have compassion for yourself, compassion for like the situations that happened in the past, because now you can see clearer the whys and maybe like, yeah, the whys. You have a little bit of more knowledge and wisdom type of energy about it all. Forgiveness, yeah, forgive yourself, forgive others, because there's compassion, because you can see them. There's that energy of compassion. I like to compare it to like looking at people and understanding that no matter how much of an adult they are, they're just children and teenagers that went through certain experiences that made them who they are, right? You have your boundaries in order to protect yourself and your energy. But that can help in giving yourself the energy to extend some compassion and forgiveness to others. But always start with you. If you can't do that within yourself, it's very hard to like do it out. But I feel that's unnecessary to even say here, because I feel like if you're here, you've done a lot of that work, right, with yourself. And now more is like purging out. And practice gentleness the same. It's so interesting. All these words have been coming out a lot. Yeah, and then like I said, the solar plexus that came, but like the rebirth card, it's like the solar plexus, when that hits, that energy, it's gonna be the rebirth time, right? It's when the womb starts to have the contractions. Wow, yeah, this is another thing that I always like to say is the universe is very consistent. It is very consistent, and these are energies that I've received in personal readings for myself, for others, and now collectively. So, and I know we got from this deck, but I want to see. Oh, there's 2 cards that are also 3s. Oh my god. In a big explosion, because obviously I took the other 9s. Lessons learned. That's it. Culmination, results, benefits, reflection, completion. Take stock of your accomplishments and how you arrive at them. This is a reminder to maintain optimism and drive toward your goals. Maintain your momentum and know that the powers of heaven have your back. You made it, and the reward goes to you. You made it. You're creating heaven and earth. It's just at the very beginnings of everything, right? So you're in that integration, that transition period, that about to be reborn moment that starts with that spark of what we're calling solar plexus energy. But I do believe that from what we're receiving from the light codes, they're grounding. So they come in through the crown chakra as that white light, and then they spiral down. That's also why we got the spiral here, into the earth, right? Into our root chakra, and even the star root chakra, in order to start creating these things, right? We got this sprouts, but this things, that's the thing, there's already sprouting, right? Because it's not just, there's an integration happening. There's already things that have been happening in the back end of things. So now it's stepping into the light, which means it's like the sprout coming out. So when the sprout comes out, it's not when it was fully created. Everything was already created in the seed that started sprouting underneath the ground. But it's when it hits out of the soil into the light that we consider it like, oh, it's alive, right? It's here, it arrived. So that's what's happening. Yeah, let's see what's at the bottom. Yeah, and I said the 3s were here too, right? And 333, support, growth, creativity, joy, community, vision, talents. Seeing the angel number 333 is a sign that it's time to focus inward, work on your skills, discover your talents, and use your imagination. Unleash your inner artist. Doing so will boost your self-esteem and sense of competence. It does wonders for your sense of purpose and contributes to your community. Yeah, do those things that spark joy in your heart, just for the sake of it. Like those things that you feel good doing them. Usually those things you're really good at, right? Let yourself stand in that energy, because it's that heart-centered energy that is fueling the spark, is fueling this things to sprout and come forward into our lives. And now for reals, one last card with a little message, and we are out of here. Don't let fear hold you back from living the life you were meant to live. Take risks, embrace change, and trust in yourself. I'm going to leave it right there because I think we covered all of that one way or another in this reading. I thank you so much for being here, for sharing your energy with me. I do hope this message helped as medicine for how you were feeling today. It sure did for me. I'm excited for what's to come for me and for everyone else. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.